Hi guys, how's it going today? I'm here for this little mini video that I'm doing today, and today I will be doing a this little video homage to the one and only Michael Jackson, the GOAT, on would have been his 67th birthday. Wow, that's a long time. That is a long time. That is a long time. And I will say, man, times are crazy. And today I will be sharing you some good stuff with a couple of books that I have, or I don't really have anymore, but I'll probably get a new replacement book for it, or might be getting more books in the future. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you some right now. This one book I got on my stack right now. Want you to recommend one of these books called Michael Jackson, The Magic, The Madness, The Whole Story by a gentleman named J. Randy Teleborelli. Yeah, like this gentleman. Like, bro, like I kid you not, he should be on Forbes. What about now? Like, and I know that people within the Michael Jackson fans and the fandom community itself has mixed feelings about him, but at the same time, I got some pretty good chances of meeting, talking to this guy before. Wonderful guy. He's one of the few journalists that actually believes in Michael's innocence, so that's a plus. There's another book that I wanted to share with you. This book right here, Redemption: The Truth Behind the Michael Jackson Allegations by Geraldine Hughes. This person right here, and this is like all the information from a receptionist perspective of the 1993 allegations against Michael, from a receptionist who used to work for Barry Rothenberg, who was the attorney for the Chandler family, particularly Evan Chandler, which is the father of Jordan. She's the other person that also believes in his innocence. And after reading this book, and there's this other book. This one's from a fan's perspective that had the opportunity to meet Michael and everything. This book, Michael Jackson and Me, a real life fairy tale by sorry if I mispronounce your name, Tatalia Linehan. This is from a fan's perspective, and it has all the pages of this person had a once in a lifetime opportunity to meet Michael and go watch his tours and go see him perform all over the world, in their own first encounter. And the fact that this picture alone right here, and it makes my heartbeat go fast. I actually recommend this book to every other fan that wants to get to know Michael from another fan's perspective and their interaction with Michael. So I actually recommend you get this book. I know that a lot of people's going to be having a mixed reaction. Sorry about that. This book, Michael and Me, the untold story of Michael Jackson's secret romance by Shauna Makotal. And Shauna Makotal is another person that I actually interviewed on my podcast, which is a whole nother set of video itself. This book delves into her interacting with Michael, working for Michael's receptionist, Sandy Gallen, and her whole role in this whole thing. And a lot of things after Michael, even though there were some stories that maybe exaggerated or some stuff like that. But I actually want you also from another fan's perspective on Michael and person that also worked for Michael, was one of Michael's managers. So this is another book that I highly recommend you to read. And she was also on the set of Michael Jackson's short film Ghosts. So that's also a plus. Also, there's this other book called Making Michael Inside the Career of Michael Jackson by Mike Smallcombe, which was forwarded by Matt Folger. Matt Folger, which it actually delves into Michael's career and some stuff like that. And it's really it's this is really this is an interesting book. I will say. Um, Another recommendation for this book that everyone should read. There's another book that I recommend you guys to read called Remember the Time. Um, and it's Protecting Michael Jackson in His Final Years by Javon Beard and Bill Whitfield. Another good book that I recommend, which I probably had to get another book. I don't know where exactly is this book. I know I have it. And as of recording this video, Javon Beard is actually convicted on I guess on an armed robbery case in Nevada, which is a sad thing, really a sad thing to really to hear about that. So prayers for Javon and his family. And believe it or not, that book actually had a lifetime movie adaptation of it called Searching for Neverland. Michael being portrayed by Navi, another Michael Jackson tribute artist. Um, that's a whole nother video in itself. Yeah, yeah. There's another book that I also want to recommend, and this is the biggest book I ever got. It's called Untouchable. Untouchable. The Strange Life and Tragic Death of Michael Jackson, which was written by Randall Sullivan. This book is really, really big and has a lot of chapters. Uh, Believe it or not, it also has it really has some good pictures. I ain't gonna lie. A really interesting read. The fact that there's Michael's one of Michael's attorneys that represented him in the 2005 trial actually signed off on this um, is very forthcoming. Another book that I think you should take a read. Another book called The King of Style, which I have which I also have, but it's been put away. Um, Another good book to read about Michael's, stage outfits and stuff. So the second book that the second book that I recommend y'all to read is called You Are Not Alone, Michael Through a Brother's Eyes, written by, of course, Michael's brother Jermaine Jackson. Gives a brother's perspective into Michael's life through a brother's eyes, which is another tough thing to go to sit through. Which, and no disrespect, another tough read because this is coming from a brother's perspective, and it's telling. And I wouldn't be surprised if one day one or if three of Michael's children actually decides to write a book about their father. And when they do, I'll be reading it. Last and not least, this one book that is written by Michael himself called Moonwalk, which another book that is highly recommended to you. I, I definitely, in no shape of words, recommended y'all to read this book.